He staged a coup, overthrowing a military transitional government. He climbed to power, defying the odds, but surprisingly, everyone loves him. He's been compared to the legendary Thomas Sankara, inspiring a generation with his vision and mission. This is the story of Ibrahim Traore, a story of courage, perseverance, and hope. Welcome to African Dream Motivation, where we dive into stories that shape Africa and inspire the world. Let's begin. The roots of a revolutionary. Ibrahim Traore, born in 1988, hails from humble origin in Burkina Faso, a landlocked nation in West Africa steeped in tradition and resistance. His early life was marked by modesty, as he grew up in a small village where community values and the struggle of daily subsistence shaped his formative years. Known for his sharp intellect and strong work ethics, he quickly stood out among his peers, yet the socio-political context of his country during his youth rife with economic challenges and political instability would play a significant role in the trajectory of his life. Traore's early education reflected the limited resources available in rural Burkina Faso, yet his dedication to learning was unwavering. A curious and driven student he developed a keen awareness of the socio-political dynamics around him. This awareness, coupled with his exposure to stories of Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Thomas Sankara, ignited in him a sense of purpose to pursue justice and equality. Rising through the ranks, the military became the platform through which Traore would channel his ambitions. Like many young men from similar backgrounds, the military offered him an opportunity to climb the social ladder and serve his country. Traore joined the army force with a sense of duty and a dream to bring about meaningful change. His rapid rise through the ranks was no accident. He displayed an uncanny ability to lead, inspire, and execute his responsibilities with precision. While in the military, his experience with corruption, inefficiency, and external political pressures only solidified his resolve. He became increasingly critical of the government's inability to address the rampant poverty, security issues, and social injustices plaguing the nation. By the time he reached significant leadership positions, he had already cultivated a reputation for being incorruptible and deeply committed to the welfare of his people. At this stage, the nation was in a state of oppression, searching for a way out. The state of the nation. Burkina Faso during Traore's ascent was a country at a crossroads. The Sahel region faced growing threats from extremist groups, creating widespread instability. This insecurity, coupled with chronic underdevelopment and the disillusionment of the populace, created fertile grounds for change. The government's inability to effectively combat terrorism or provide basic services fueled unrest among citizens and the military alike. Traore emerged as a prominent figure amid this turbulence, particularly as dissatisfaction within the armed forces grew. Soldiers and officers alike viewed him as a beacon of hope, someone who could articulate their frustrations and potentially lead them towards a solution. The fire in him had been lit, and the shells had been broken. Something was definitely cooking, and it was just a matter of time. The coup and leadership transition. In 2022, Ibrahim Traore found himself at the center of a historic turning point. On September 30th, 2022, Burkina Faso witnessed a coup d'etat that ousted interim president Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, who was accused of failing to address the country's escalating Islamic insurgency. Ironically, Damiba himself had risen to power through a coup just 8 months earlier. Following his removal, Captain Ibrahim Traore assumed leadership as the new interim president. At the age of 34, he became the youngest head of state, a proof of his audacity and the trust placed in him by his comrades. The coup, however, was not without controversy. How many hailed him as a revolutionary stepping into the shoes of Thomas Sankara, Others viewed the takeover with skepticism, concerned about the implications for democracy. Traoré, for his part, emphasized that the move was born out of necessity, a desperate attempt to salvage a country on the brink of collapse. And once again, a young, bold and intelligent young man had taken over power, and the whole world was watching, governing through chaos. Leading Burkina Faso has proven to be one of the most challenging tasks in Traoré's life. From day one, he faced the daunting task of addressing the myriad of crises, combating extremist insurgencies, reviving the struggling economy, and rebuilding trust among the Burkinabe people. Traoré's leadership style is characterized by pragmatism and decisiveness, often blending military discipline with populist approach to governance. His administration has focused on empowering local communities, revitalizing agriculture, and strengthening the military to tackle security threats. Traoré's speech often echoes the ideals of Pan-Africanism and Sankarism, invoking a vision of self-reliance, unity, and dignity for Burkina Faso. With all these coming into play, the Thomas Sankara's legacy is seen as being awoken again. The Sankara legacy. A recurring theme in Traoré's story is his alignment with the ideals of Thomas Sankara, the iconic Burkinabe leader whose revolutionary policies left an indelible mark on the nation. Traoré has frequently cited Sankara as a source of inspiration, striving to rekindle the sense of pride and independence that characterized Sankara's administration in the 1980s. However, living up to such a legacy comes with its challenges. Traoré must navigate a complex web of internal and external pressures, including managing relations with global powers, securing international aid, and maintaining domestic stability, all while adhering to the principles of sovereignty and self-determination. What makes this very scary is that these principles are the exact things that got Sankara killed. But this time, Traoré is not taking any chances. Challenges and controversies. No leader is without critics, and Traoré is no exception. His governance has sparked debate about the legitimacy of military-led transitions and the broader implication for democracy in Africa. Skeptics question whether his administration can deliver on its promises, or if it risks becoming yet another chapter in a cycle of coups and instability. Additionally, Burkina Faso's economic challenges remain daunting, with sanctions from international organizations, limited resources, widespread poverty, and a growing youth population demanding opportunities. Traoré's government has its work cut out. Balancing immediate security needs with long-term development goals is a tightrope act that would define his legacy. With all these difficulties, the most important thing is that his people still love him. A leader of the people. Despite the challenges, Ibrahim Traore has struck a chord with many Burkinabe citizens. His unassuming demeanor, coupled with a clear passion for his country, resonate with those yearning for change. In public appearances, he often emphasized his connection to the ordinary people, rejecting the trappings of power in favor of humanity and accessibility. This approach, however, must be matched by tangible results. Whether Traoré can transform his vision into reality will depend on his ability to build robust institutions, foster economic growth, and unite a fractured nation. But as it stands now, only time will tell what the future holds. The future of Burkina Faso under Traoré. As he continues to navigate the complexities of leadership, the future of Burkina Faso hangs in the balance. His story is one of resilience, ambition, and an unyielding commitment to his nation. Yet, the challenges he faces are immense, and the road ahead is fraught and uncertainty. His rise to power has implications beyond Burkina Faso. His leadership is a part of a broader narrative of political change sweeping across Africa, where young leaders and grassroots movements are challenging the status quo. Traoré's vision for a self-reliant, united Africa aligns with the aspirations of many across the continent, making him a symbol of hope and resistance. As the international community watches, Traoré's action will serve as a litmus test for the potential of military-led transition to deliver meaningful change. His success or failure will shape perceptions of governance in Africa for years to come. His story is one of complexity and contradictions, a blend of idealism and pragmatism, hope and hardship. It is a story still being written, with each chapter reflecting the struggles and triumph of a nation striving to define its future. Thanks for watching African Dream Motivation. If you enjoyed the story, kindly give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe for beautiful content like this.